So this is going to be a full video of driving home from work. I literally just got started. And I was hesitating about recording this video or not, because I was talking to my husband earlier about, well, he sent me a picture of our two kitties currently at home, sleeping. It was around 6:30. Wait, it was 9 p.m. Right now it's 10, so an hour ago. So I was on my last break, and I usually text him a little bit. So he just sent me a picture of our two kitties are sleeping, and yeah, they look so cozy and dreamy. And he told me the boy kitty, Charlie, he said he was dream running or something. It's like dream running, and he said
next left at the next traffic light.
He said, his four legs are like moving.
Proceed about 9/10 of a mile.
Sounds like he was running, and I said, oh yeah, he's running in a beautiful flower and green grass field and under the warm sunlight, and he is very happy running. And that just got me thinking about my two other kitties who passed away. They were fairly young when they passed away. Like
in half of a mile,
10
keep
years,
right.
10 years old kitties are not considered like old to the point of dying. So, but our two kitties, they had a genetic medical condition that they were siblings, so they had different issues, and we believe we gave them the best life possible within our ability, and it's just, at least they're no longer suffering right now. So it was so hard.
Proceed about 8/10 of a mile to I-376 east.
It was really hard after each of them. They passed away in 2 years, 1 year apart.
In half of a mile, keep right onto I-376 east.
It was so hard, and I kind of blame myself because I thought it was the cross-country road trip that worsened their condition, the stress, because we drove from Seattle, Washington to almost across the 2/3 of the country's.
Keep right onto I-376 east.
For my medical school.
Proceed on I-376 east.
So we drove, my husband drove. He did all the driving. We drove like, oops, I hope it's still continuing. I don't know, I guess there's a turn. Yeah, it was a sharp turn, so sorry about that. There was a sharp turn and my phone just dropped. And yeah, so we drove 5 days, 40 plus hours total. And we took our kitties, of course. It's just, there's no way.
Lane closed.
wouldn't leave them. And yeah, I kind of blame myself for a long time because I thought I still do believe that the road trip, the stress, definitely worsened their medical issues, and then it turned out my little girl Blue, she died after my first year of medical school. It was so hard, and I was so busy studying, and I definitely neglected her, and I missed the sign that she was crying for help, and by the time when I finished all the exams, I took her to the hospital. It was too late. She had end-stage kidney failure, and it's just she had liver problems. She was suffering too much. We just literally couldn't save her anymore. She was a fighter though, but we believe there was much suffering going on, and after that I couldn't feel myself for a really long time. When I was at that point, I felt like that's going to be eternity. Like I didn't feel I was ever gonna recover from it. It was just so painful, all the guilt. Like I failed her, and I still remember during her last time, last days, months, and she still came to me and comforted me because I was under such stress with all the exams and stuff. And I still remember she dragged her little body and just came to me and rested on my lap. And I was studying to be a doctor, and how could I be so ignorant for the poor conditions that my kitty was in? And I just couldn't forgive myself, I was so sad and heartbroken, and it was just such a hard, difficult time. And then her brother, my other cat at the time, was still alive, although he had all kinds of issues too. I think after his sister died, and that triggered his, he probably very depressed, wondering where his sister went, because they spent their whole life together. We adopted them together at the same time. So, and then a year later, I left the medical school during the second half of second year medical school. So before the end of second year, we moved out of the state where my school was, and we relocated basically, and that was another like 1 day's drive. And after we settled down, and my little boy Max, Blue's brother, he developed a tumor on his toe, and among other issues, and that was a very aggressive type of tumor. After testing and biopsy, and I could only imagine how much pain, how much pain he was in this whole time, and so. Forgiving yourself, and so you can love yourself and love others. This perhaps is the biggest issue for me so far in my life. That I struggle with loving myself. I frankly do not know how. And as a result, I don't believe I can truly love others, you know? And this also applies to your fur babies, so yeah, so we have Max and Blue, and after they pass away, we have their PAL printed on a card, and they're in our standing. We put in a stand, a little display area. It just keep us remembering them, and to remind us to treasure our current two kitties, and you know, luckily we believe that our current two kitties are very healthy. I think they are going to live a long life, and yeah, so, and I was testing back my husband, like, I wish one day I could see them again. And I asked, and I'm sort of asking, do you think, are they in heaven? Will they be in heaven? And will we see them? And he said they're already there and waiting for us. So I believe that's the case too. Heaven is perhaps not a place, you know, it's a dimension that currently unknown to us. And then while we were talking about that, I remembered my first two kitties. I had them while I was growing up as a teenager, young teenager, and I called them Big Yellow. And she was a pure, like, orange all over her body, like orange hair, no white, just orange hair. So it's a orange tabby, basically, with patterns with orange furs.
Continue on I-376
I
East.
called her Big Yellow because she is older than my other cat. I can't remember clearly if Big Yellow is my other cat that I call Little White, which is a boy, and he was physically pretty big, but he was much younger than the yellow one, so I call her Little White. I don't remember exactly if they're related or not, but I miss them so much too. I can't
I-376 East.
It says it will be snowing tomorrow. We'll see. It's hard to believe though because today is highest degrees is in the 60s, so it will be a big temperature drop if it will snow tomorrow. Meeting with the construction supervisor. We're building a new house near where I work. It's a small town.
19 miles ahead on the route. Slow traffic.
I kind of like a small town. It's not really rural. Still have everything we need. But I like the small town vibe and lots of parks and not as crowded. And the best part is I only drive 10 minutes to get to work and to get home. So that's very exciting.
Continue on I-376 East.
They're just in such a harmony. And the sun is not too far, not too close, so we can have life here on Earth. And honestly, without sun, there would be no life, nothing. Like even right now, like our electricity. See, I'm driving right now. There is light on the road, and there's light in my cell phone. I can make this recording, and there's light in my car. All of this come from the sun, the energy of the sun. When we wake up, I can't believe this dropped again. I'm not sure it's still recording or not. It's currently dropped. Yeah, it's dropped. I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna put it here. I don't know if it's still recording, but I think I need to fix my phone holder in my car. I use it for GPS sometimes, the car GPS. Sometimes it's not as good as the Google GPS on my phone, and also recording videos. But it's dropping twice today. Okay, it's still recording. Oh my goodness. I think the angle is not good enough, so it can't hold it properly. Okay, maybe I should drive slower. Hopefully this will last to the end. I forgot what was I talking about. Oh, the sun, the energy. Yeah. So without the sun, there would be no life. And the sun is perfectly hanging there in the galaxy. And there's got to be a divine force that's in control of everything. I believe it is the one and only God, the God of the universe, of heaven and earth, the God in the Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the God that I believe in.
Continue on I-376 East.
Yeah, so I am just always amazed at the creations in the world. The world situation is definitely not always positive, not ideal. A lot of issues, environmental issues, and among other things. But if I were to put my hope in the things that I can see in this life, I would have no hope, because everything comes to an end. I really don't see hope in this world, and I love life. I love my life. I love others' life. I love my cat's life. But I don't put my hope in them. Although I still do enjoy them. So it's amazing how my pondering on my cats, my previous cat's life and current cat's life, can lead to sort of a deeper thoughts about spoke things into being. That's according to the Bible. Genesis, first chapter, talking about how God created all things in 6 days. And He spoke, and the things came into being. So that's where faith comes in. You know, our science is pretty advanced at this point, yet we still have so many areas that we aren't able to figure out. Science cannot explain everything. Definitely cannot. So science is a principle, and principle is held by some higher forces, higher consciousness.
In 2 miles, I-376 east is on the right.
And yeah, and I love trees. So like animals that I mentioned earlier, and also I'm just really amazed at trees and all the trees. They just got planted in there, and they just stay there and stay there for their entire life and grow, and so peaceful and quiet and still, and there's no road closure today, so I'm going to turn off GPS. About Monday, in the very near future, I will not be making these videos driving in the dark night, because I have like a 1 hour commute each way to and from work. So this is a lot of time, and I don't really have much time on the work days, other than just prepare meals, sleep, chill out a little bit. So and next week it's Thanksgiving, and after that savings that can afford, one house after another. And but this first house, so we got very lucky and were able to get it. But it's a very old house. It was built in 1960, and I'm actually concerned with the old house. It's a brick house, but I just feel like a newer house will be more energy efficient and better for the long run. So wow, this video is really all over the place. I was talking. I started out talking about my kitties and a little bit about forgiving yourself, and that was for my ignorance. that's why we decided to not return to Seattle after I left medical school. Yeah, this area has lots of old houses that's built over 100 years ago, 60 years ago. And they're much cheaper than, well, I'll say a little cheaper than other places. So. This video is certainly a mixture of everything. I kind of yeah, I just went with the flow. I'll probably have to figure out a title that captures the essence of the stuff that I talked about in this video. And then yeah, so I'll figure out a title. I'm going to end my video here. Wow, I just saw a police car is hiding right in the corner. Well, this area is like 25 mile per hour, so it's supposed to be very slow. And I usually drive slow because, you know, in the neighborhood at night there are deers come and go, so I drive slow. I see them quite frequently, so that's why I usually already drive very slow. And okay, I think I'm going to end my video here, and enjoy the rest of my evening. And hug my kitties. They don't like to be held, but I still hug them.